What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the North Shore 9 postgame show powered by Primanti Bros. I'm Jim. With me tonight is Neil. Neil, it was a cold evening at PNC Park. Snow in the area. But that's all it took for these Pirates bats to warm up, huh?
Yeah, maybe the Pirates are just a little crowd shy, you know? They don't do well in front of other people.
It was like a COVID crowd.
Yeah.
There were literally dozens of people in attendance tonight.
Everything about that game was a COVID game. The crowd size, a reliever starting, two relievers starting, really. I count Matthew, I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Liberator,
yeah.
Liberator. Yeah, yep. I think they're both relievers starting. Thomas Harrington with a weird 4-inning save. Like, this was a COVID game through and through.
Yeah, it was a weird night. There was no one in the ballpark, but yeah, I mean, we were waiting for the Pirates. They hadn't scored 4 runs in a 9-inning game all season long, and they bust out 8 runs tonight. They beat the Cardinals 8-4, take the opening game of this series. They grabbed an early lead, and they never relinquished it. There was really no point in time during this game where you were worried. I think in the 5th inning when Majinski was out there, and we'll talk about that, like there was a little bit of, did they maybe leave him in here a little bit too long? But he was quickly able to get out of it. And then, I mean, just an impressive day overall. The Majinski Harrington piggyback situation.
Yeah.
A little shaky at times, but they got the job done. They go 9 innings. Majinski gets the win. Harrington gets the 4-inning save. And they really give the bullpen a much needed break.
Yeah, no kidding. That was huge. Getting the bullpen the rest. And yeah, I mean, I think you're saying comfortable. It's probably the first comfortable win all season. I've been on for 3 of the 4 wins.
I mean,
I gotta say, this is the only comfortable one.
I would say, yeah, it has to be, right? I mean, all the other games were super tight. So yeah, this one was comfortable. Let's just do like a quick rundown. Again, we haven't even mentioned it, but you guys already know what to do. Hashtag raise it in the comments. Since the Pirates won today, we're giving away 4 Primanti Brothers sandwiches to you guys. So shout out Pirates for feeding America tonight. So hashtag raise it in the comments. That'll allow you an entry into the contest. But yeah, let's just break down really how this one started. Joey Bart got things kicked off in the 1st inning with a solo homer, his first home run of the year. He had been struggling offensively up to this point. He had a really nice game. And then in the 2nd inning is really when the Pirates busted things open. The Pham got on base, Andy got on base, and then IKF, who again, just a really nice start to the year at the plate. He drives them in with a 2-run single. Ke'Bryan Hayes joins in with the action with a single. It's 4-0 Pirates after 2. Cardinals start chipping away, get a run in the 5th, get a run in the 6th. But then, it's 4-2 at that point. Liberator had done a pretty good job of silencing the Pirates bats after that 2nd inning. But then in the 7th, the Pirates jump for 4 runs. Andrew McCutchen with a 2-run double. Joey Bart triples. We'll talk about that triple. I thought it was kind of just a funny series of events there. O'Neal Cruz sac fly. Next thing you know, it's 8-2. Cardinals scratch across a couple more runs to end the game. But yeah, 8-4 win. Just an impressive victory against a Cardinals team that came into this with a really hot offense. And Majinski did an outstanding job. So let's start with Majinski. he started his first game of the season, after winning a spot in the rotation, expressing an interest he wanted to start. He gets that first start. He looked pretty good through the first time through the lineup, but then Tampa Bay got to him and chased him early in the fourth inning. Today, the stuff looked good from Majinski, and he was generating weak contact. He got 6 strikeouts. He goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 1 run. I think he was left in a little bit too long there in the 5th, but he ends up getting out of it. It worked out, but a really good performance from Majinski. And I still don't know if I want him in the starting rotation, but this was a nice start. Like this, you take this from him every single time out.
Yeah, this was good against like a Cardinals lineup. I'm not sure I call it good, but it's been hot. It's been a really hot Cardinals lineup, and I still think you're seeing a good amount of him pitching like a reliever. I think if that makes any sense, where like
Yeah,
guys getting on, like he's not the most efficient with his pitches, but it is a major step up because yeah, until the 5th inning, like the second time through the order was pretty comfortable, I'd say. If anything, I think he struggled the first time around more. Like the Cardinals got some runners on early, and then he really just did a really good job, got some strikeouts. That was the big thing is that last time against the Rays, he didn't really get strikeouts. And so
yeah.
very impressive and much better from Majinski this time around, and if it keeps working like this, I think it's a pretty solid piggyback option they have going.
I agree. Whether it's going to be Majinski Harrington or Majinski Wentz, like however you want to play it. But I mean, he only generated 8 swings and misses today on 92 pitches. But yeah, like everything was working well. Weak contact, average exit velocity by the Cardinals, 89.6. If that's the kind of contact that you're giving up, that's good. I said he really cruised through those first few innings, 1, 2, 3 inning in the first, 1, 2, 3 inning in the third. The 5th is when things got a little squirrely. Michael Ciani starting off with a single, Mason Wynn strikeout, Lars Nootbaar strikeout. So he bounces back really nicely, but then he walks Contreras. And at that point, you're like, it's probably time to take him out. His pitch count was a little high. Donovan was up, and Donovan had a really nice night at the plate for St. Louis. But Donovan ends up driving in the Cardinals' first run with a single. They keep him out there to face Burleson. He gets Burleson to fly out, but he was able to, like I said, that was really the only time he got in like a lot of trouble, and he gave up the 1 run, but that was it. Like he was able to squash it. So it's a really, really nice outing for Majinski. He didn't really get a ton of length, but 5 innings, 92 pitches, 1 run. Like I said before, like you take that. He was heavy fastball, slider, sweeper, sinker, pretty much all game long. Didn't throw too many changeups, but I thought he looked impressive. And like John said in the comments earlier, like the stuff held up. Like that was like the concern was his first start of the year. The stuff looked really good. And it was like, can he keep this up over the course of an entire start? Well, today he did it.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to that 5th inning, I probably would have taken him out just because you need a win. Like you desperately need wins. But I do also understand the idea if you're serious about making Majinski a starter, you kind of have to stick him in these situations and see like just what he has and what he's made of. And so I understand it from that perspective. And luckily the offense finally came through and like made sure that there was a comfortable lead. We never really looked back. But I'm really happy that he did bounce back. At least 2 strikeouts after the walk, gives up 1 run, but then doesn't panic. And it's very small things, but those small things can be a big deal. And so I was very happy with how he handled everything because the jump from reliever to starter is not easy. It is extremely difficult. And so I'm cheering for him. I really hope this sticks. I really hope it's something the Pirates have just manufactured out of nothing because that would be really cool.
Yeah, if Carmen Mlodzinski all of a sudden becomes like a back end of the rotation starter, and that's not something that you were expecting, that's a neat development for sure.
Yeah, and it gives you flexibility. Oviedo, if he comes back and go to the bullpen to get stretched out, Ashcraft can go to the bullpen. Like you can still do this Harrington thing. Like it gives flexibility, and I know the Pirates love their flexibility, but the pitching we desperately need it.
Yeah, no, it was It was a nice start. Again, it was his second time out there. He was able to face that lineup, 2.5 times essentially, and posted a good stat line. So yeah, good stuff from Majinski there. Thomas Harrington, he also didn't have a good time his first time out this year. His major league debut again in Tampa didn't look very effective. He was missing the strike zone. His command was just way off. I thought his command was better today. He still walked a batter, but overall, like 4 innings, he struck out 5. He generated the most swings and misses of anybody in today's, 9. Liberatore had 13, but Harrington generating 9 swings and misses today. It was the sweeper, slider, those sweeper 4 swings and misses, splitter got 3 swings and misses on 5 swings. So 60% whiff rate on the splitter, 44% whiff rate on the sweeper. Those 2 pitches played really nice for him. He did give up a couple of long balls.
Yeah.
I almost forgive him for that though, because like at this point, when those were happening, the Pirates had a lead and it was like, just go out there and attack these hitters and throw strikes. Like that was his job today. And he did that. Now he got tagged, Pozo homer, Win homer. He gives up 3 runs, 4 hits. But I think the problem and the difference that we had today between his debut was that debut game, he was nervous. He wasn't his normal self. The command wasn't like, he wasn't attacking hitters. He was trying to be too cute. He was trying to be perfect with his pitches. And today he attacked the hitters. And it worked some of the time and it didn't work other times. Luckily, the Pirates had a big enough lead that when it didn't work, it didn't really matter. But he picks up a 4-inning save. You don't see that too often. I think they said on the broadcast this was the first 4-inning save by the Pirates since Jason Christensen in 1998. He was the first rookie to do so since Blas Minor. When was Blas Minor a rookie? 92, 91, 90, something like that. This is something, it's a rare occurrence, the 4-inning save, but he was able to do it. So cool moment for him to bounce back after that first start.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say that Harrington has been impressive this year, but this is, again, I think I agree. I'd much rather have him peppering the zone with strikes than what we saw like in the first game. Like the 1 walk is what really sticks out to me, is that he's not desperately chasing strikeouts, and he got enough strikeouts on his own. He struck out 5 batters attacking the zone. I think Harrington's really going to be limited in terms of like, he needs to have pinpoint control to really do well in this league. And I think that's what you're kind of seeing these first 2 outings. Like first game is because he was walking people. This game, he's leaving stuff over the plate, gives up 2 home runs.
Yep.
I still think he has a future. Like I actually really, really high on Harrington, but it is kind of stacked against him in terms like his ceiling is a little capped just by like the stuff he has. But no, I think the whiff rates on the slider and splitter is really, really good. So I'm excited.
He threw a few like really good splitters to lefties that made me notice it. Like when you throw like a really good pitch and you're like, oh, damn, that was a good pitch. It seemed to be that it was the splitter most times for him. So it was just good. Like I said, not necessarily the best outing. He still gave up 3 runs in 4 innings, but it was good to see him take a step forward and just hopefully this just gives him a little bit more confidence that like, yeah, I can get big league hitters out. I agree with you in that he needs to have better control if he wants to have success. The stuff is okay, but his calling card is going to be put that okay stuff in a spot where hitters can't hit it. So hopefully that just gets better as he gets a better feel for major league hitters. He's still adjusting to the majors.
And I think we would have more patience for him too if we weren't like actively trying to win. Like if this is like more of like a rebuilding year, I think a lot of us would be a bit more patient, saying, yeah, like he's not gonna be Jared Jones right off the bat. I really think that Jared Jones and Paul Skenes are just gonna spoil us for pitching prospects forever and how you start off. But I think it will get better. I think it's gonna get better, and I'm excited to watch him the rest of the year. I hope he gets first though.
I think so too. Let's move to the offense. That was really the story of the day. Joey Bart, solo homer. getting the Pirates on the board. Again, he started off the year a little rough. But man, he crushes lefties. Just crushes them.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. They bumped him up in the lineup a little bit. They flipped him and Cruz. But Bart gets that first inning homer. And then the triple, definitely wind aided triple, I think. And fan interference, which this was just a weird play. Like there were like 4 fans at the game today, maybe 5. And
The
like
least attended game we'll see all year had fan interference. It's crazy.
that's like one of the 4 people at this game somehow interfered with this baseball. And what was funny with it is like it was fan interference, but it also didn't change any outcome. Like they McCutchen was on second, they allowed him to score. Bart got to third, they still let him stay at third. So it was fan interference. It didn't change anything about the play whatsoever. But I just found it funny that like there was no one at this game. There was no one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 35 degrees. Like I said, they said it was snowing in Cranberry at one point. No one was at this game. And the fact that someone somehow interfered with a baseball here was impressive, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And I think that the fan like also kind of realized what he did and like immediately hightailed it out of the stands as soon as like it was over. Like, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to
concourse, but yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to pick him out of a lineup because like he stood out. There weren't a lot of people. Like it was like that was it. Like it was you, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, Bart, big breakout game. Hopefully he builds upon that. And then like IKF, I mean, he's been shaky at short, and he showed that again tonight too with a weak throw over to first. But you gotta love what you're seeing at IKF at the plate so far this year.
Can you think of like another hitter that you've ever seen that can only hit with a specific batting coach? Because he the same thing in Toronto last year. He had the best year of his career, and now the same hitting coach is here again, and now he's hitting what 320, 343. He's hitting 343 now.
Mm-hmm.
And so have you ever seen that before?
I don't think I have. And I think it's just a coincidence, right? But yeah, he is just racking up singles. He's hitting 343 with a 371 slugging. So like he's not slugging the ball, but he's putting the barrel to the ball. He's hitting the ball the other direction a lot. Like the 2-run single he had today was just like right down the first baseline. The team today, we kind of harp on how they've been executing with runners in scoring position. Mm-hmm. They only had 4 chances today to do it, and they went 4 for 4 tonight with runners in scoring position. So anytime you do that, like you're gonna score runs. So it was a hit parade. I said Bart had the homer, but for the most part, it was just everybody contributing when they needed to contribute.
Yeah, and I obviously prefer power guys, but the Pirates, I think it is a Doug rant, but we have desperately needed guys who could just get on base and like get hit. That's all I need IKF to do. He can be the singles guy. He can hit nothing but singles, and I will be a very, very happy man. That was a beautiful piece of hitting to drive in 2 runs.
Yep.
Again, I was very critical of IKF. I still don't like him every day at short, and I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the bat plays.
Yeah. You know who else's bat still plays at age 38 is Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah.
Gosh, he was at DH today. Brian Reynolds got the day off. But Kutch 2 for 4, huge RBI double in the 7th to kind of break the game open. When it did get a little close, like it was a 2-run game there in the 7th. And Kutch with a huge 2-run double, 2 hits today, a run scored. He's now hitting 348 on the year. He's got an OPS hovering around 980 or so. He just looks as good as he ever has.
Yeah, I mean, this has been, I think last year, like you talked about like how it took him a long time to get adjusted. A lot of people were questioning how much he played in spring training. And now this year, I mean, this is before tonight, but he's in the 92nd percentile for average exit velocity. So he's killing the ball whenever he hits it. 95 is his average exit velocity. 91st percentile squared up. So he's also squaring the ball up. So he is doing an exceptional job putting the barrel to the ball and driving it. Can't believe it. He's just been fantastic.
Yeah, he really has been. And that 3-game series, that 3-game set where like he was sitting because Reynolds had the DH, it you were hoping it wouldn't cool him off because he went into that Tampa series hitting pretty well coming out of Miami. He was like one of the only players, him and Cruz, who were hitting the ball. And he hasn't cooled off. Like he's just stayed hot. He's a 175 weighted runs created plus now. And like you mentioned, he's just hitting the ball hard. Same with Ke'Bryan Hayes too. Like Ke'Bryan, like
before we get to Hayes, like there are people saying like I was seeing like around people are kind of uneasy about bringing Kutch back. I was seeing some people say like he's gonna be the worst starting DH in baseball. Like obviously he's not gonna keep this up, but I mean the fact that he's looking this good at age 38, I think is really encouraging, especially for an offense that desperately needs bats.
Yeah,
I'm really happy with Kutch.
Absolutely. And again, Ke'Bryan Hayes kind of in that same boat where he's just hitting the ball hard too. Another hit today, an RBI, a run scored. He walked. His OPS now 754. If he can just hit like league average like this, we talk about how good he is defensively. If he can stay healthy and he can just be like a league average bat, he's such a good player. He's so valuable. And so far, like he's shown that. But like you mentioned, like the squared up percentage with McCutchen in the 92nd percentile, Hayes is in the 95th percentile, 85th first percentile in exit velo. Like he's also hitting the ball hard. He's not swinging and missing. He's putting the ball in play. I don't want to like. I feel like every time I do this, it comes back. Like every time you want to buy into what Hayes is showing you, it just like if it all comes crumbling down. But like he just looks so good. He looks so good right now.
Yeah, I've just been kind of saying like he's going to be really good. He's going to continue to play really well, and then he's going to tweak his back again sometime in May or June. That's just what I'm kind of bracing for. But he looks great, and I was banging this drum since like the Florida series where the results aren't there, but they're going to come. And we've kind of seen that over the Yankee series and today. Like, and I think a big thing too, he's not whiffing and he's taking walks. So if you hit the ball hard, you walk and you don't whiff, that's a winning combination. Again, we have to wait and see like what happens. Like hopefully he stays healthy, but he looks like a completely different player than he ever has in the past, probably season and a half, probably, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and he's playing really good defense. You saw him make some nice plays today. It's just, man, if he can give you this, type of output and stay on the field, it's huge. It's huge. So, Endy, another one who started off super, super cold. But he gets a double today. His third double, 2 for 4. He lined out to in his last at bat, which was another well struck ball. But I thought he looked good, and he does seem to be sort of getting the hang of it a little bit more. Like I said, he started off so cold, but he's been picking it up lately too.
He has. Really, obviously you want to be winning the season, but that is something you really like to see. Is the rookie catcher like? And I was definitely getting worried for him, but I also like a couple days ago I just take a step back and said like he hasn't played baseball in like over a year.
Yeah.
And so I can't even imagine what it's like trying to stand up against major league pitching after such a long break off. So yeah, I'm super happy. I know he had the error today at first, but I'll take a couple errors if the bat comes to life again.
Yeah, and luckily the error didn't cost them anything. But it other than just a few extra pitches by Harrington, but yeah, 3 errors so far. That's not ideal, but he does seem to be squaring the ball up a little bit more. Anything else offensively you want to talk about before we kind of move to the defense? I want to talk about IKF a little bit.
We touched on pretty much all the big ones.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Cruz tough matchup against the lefty. He probably had his worst looking at bat of the season in the first inning, like when he struck out.
The only thing I say about Cruz is I can't believe that sac fly didn't leave the park.
I agree. I thought he got all of that
toward the river.
especially with you had just seen Bart hit a ball that carried, and carried, and Cruz looked like he got all of that ball. I think he hit it 102 off the bat, 35-degree launch angle, something like that. And I don't even know if it made the warning track. Like it was like right to to maybe the front of the warning track. Yeah, I thought he got all of that too. It was a sacrifice fly, so he got the job done. But yeah, I thought we saw another homer there.
And even like facing a lefty, it's not like he was striking out a bunch. He had 2 flyouts. I definitely feel like the at bats in general have just been better this year from Cruz.
They've been so much better.
Even like in today, probably his worst game. I don't think it was even that bad today. Like there's nothing like egregious in my opinion.
No, I think the difference is like you're seeing him. I think he just is seeing pitches better. Like he just seems locked in. Like he's noticing those breaking balls that are going to be either way out of the zone or way down, and he's just laying off of those pitches now. Whereas before you saw him chase those pitches all the time. You just don't see him chase as much anymore.
Yeah, no, that's huge. Like that make it, even cutting down that strike zone, that strikeout percentage by like 3 would be huge.
Oh yeah. And I'm actually curious. I haven't really looked at it, but yeah, I mean, his chase percentage this year is 29.3%. Last year it was 31. So he's chasing less. And his whiff rate last year was 34%. This year it's 23%. So like he's cut his swings and misses almost in half since last year. And small sample size, but like he's put together, I mean, it's 36 at bats and he looks a lot better.
I agree. I think it's been the results haven't come, but I at least feel like Haig has done a pretty solid job making changes with a lot of these guys so far.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to see the results, right? And today was good, so there's nothing to complain about the offense today. They still came into today. If you want to
talk about Canario, I guess maybe we could talk about Canario, but
we could talk about Canario because I actually have some positive things to say about Canario.
All right.
The dude hits the ball hard. Like he flew out twice today. One was 101.9 off the bat, another was 98 off the bat. He also swings the bat crazy hard. Like if you're looking at bat speed, it's Oneil Cruz, Canario. Like when it came to the Pirates today. So like I think he's like a StatCast darling who's just clearly is not as talented as Oneil Cruz, but he's got like the tools where if he runs into a ball, that ball's like not coming back. That's where he's at.
So he kind of reminds me of Andujar in the sense that if you run into a ball correctly, it goes very, very far and it's really cool. But the swing is just not consistent enough to where it's going to happen very often. And he whiffs so much.
Oh yeah.
If this could be like a Harrington hit where like Canario is like an actual useful player, that would be awesome. I doubt it, but
I do too. Yeah, I doubt it too. But like I think with what you see though is you see why teams keep giving him a chance. Like you see why he was a main piece of the Chris Bryant trade. You see why the Cubs put him on the 40-man and gave him a shot at age 21 or 22. You see why the Mets, gave him a shot. You see why the Pirates are giving him a shot. Like he clearly has his flaws, and his flaws are he can't make contact with the baseball very consistently. And he doesn't look very good in the outfield either. Like those are the flaws.
No.
But like when his bat hits the baseball, good things happen. So we just needed to hit the
I will say this. I don't think I've seen 102 mile an hour off the bat hit so high before.
Yeah, he hit like 102 mile an hour
into the air
to like shallow left field. Penn here. Matt Gorski greater than Canario. The truth shall set you free. Thank you, Penn. Well, I mean, but if you want to compare the two, like Matt Gorski and Canario are very similar type players in that like they're going to hit the ball hard, they're going to strike out a lot. I think Canario, what separates Canario is just he hits the ball a little bit harder and a little bit farther than Gorski, but neither of them make contact very often.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, like if you stick either of them in AAA, they're probably going to mash. You put either of them in the majors, they're going to have trouble.
Yep, we love a good quad A player.
Yep. Exactly.
The time to hand out sandwiches.
It's yeah, we're about there. So if you haven't, guys, hashtag raise it. Put your hashtag raise it in the comments. That will get you into the drawing for 2 free sandwiches. We're giving away 2 winners, 2 free sandwiches each. And those sandwiches will just be loaded right into your Primanti Bros app. So you can just take the app to the store, redeem your free sandwich, you and your date, whoever you want to bring with you to Primanti's that day. Or you know what? If you don't have a date, if you're single, you can have 2 sandwiches yourself, you know? There you go. So
2 meals.
But get your hashtag raise it in. We're at 140 entries, Neil. So we'll give everybody a couple more seconds here to finish up. But no, it was a really good game. 8-4, 2 wins in a row. The Pirates now are tied with the Cardinals in the win column. So that's pretty neat.
It never gets old seeing the Cardinals lose.
It doesn't. All right, let's give away some sandwiches. So best of luck, everybody. Round 1 here. And our first winner is New York Yinzer. Nick,
Congrats,
hopefully
man.
there is a Primanti Bros nearby you that you can redeem these, or next time you buy one, you can check us out. But DM North Shore 9 or email us northshore9@gmail.com. We need your name and your email address. If you send us those things, we will load up those sandwiches into your Primanti's app. So first winner, New York Yinzer. Second winner, drum roll please, Jeff T. Key. Congratulations, Jeff T. Key. You are a second winner. So again, DM North Shore 9 on any of your favorite, whatever your favorite social media platform is. We need name, email address, and we'll get those 2 sandwiches loaded up into your into your app there. So that's that'll do it. Pirates win.
Yeah.
Pirates win. 8-4. Majinski with the win. Harrington with the save. Paul Skenes versus Sonny Gray tomorrow. I'm interested to see what the crowd's going to be like, because that's a hell of a pitching matchup, but it's also supposed to be 30 degrees, Neil.
I wonder how many people will brave the cold to see a Paul Skenes start.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully everybody makes it out there, because you should just go see. Just wear a coat.
Yeah.
It's not that
you guys
hard.
are used to it. You live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, just wear a coat, guys.
You're not a pansy like me in the South.
All right, guys. That'll do it for us. I'm Jim. That's Neil. Pirates win. Appreciate everybody in the comments or in the chat. Appreciate everybody who's listening or watching afterwards. Like the video, subscribe to the page. If you want to have all the emojis that people had in there, become a member. It's 99 cents for a membership, and it gives you all the emojis. Yeah, all that good stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow. Watch Bucko Brew if you haven't yet from this morning. It's up on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms as well. And we will see you tomorrow. All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.